I was cutting my grass one day, and it struck me as I ran over an ant bed. It struck me that I run over this same fucking ant bed every single week. And these motherfuckers refuse to move. Like they come out of the ant bed, they go crazy and shit, they spread, now they doing all this shit. But what they end up doing, they end up rebuilding in that same fucking spot, or they might move a couple of feet, you know, down somewhere. But at the end of the day, they stay right there. Even though the next week I'm gonna come through and do the same shit. Because I don't value them. Shit, they just some ants. And I feel like it's my motherfucking yard. How dare y'all be in my fucking yard? So I just run over their ass and I keep it moving. And I'm sure that if I just stopped right there in the middle of the ant bed and shit for a while, they fuck me up. You know what I'm saying? Even though I'm much bigger, of course, but all those ants get on me, you know what I'm saying, get to bite me and shit, they'll fuck me up. But they don't get the chance because I just keep it moving. I'm unbothered. I run over their motherfucking ass. I'm listening to my music. I'm cutting the grass. I run over them and keep going. And I don't think twice about running over them again because they just some fucking ants. I don't value them little motherfuckers, man. I actually feel like they have no right to even be in my fucking yard. Now in situations where like the ant bed is in a place where my children frequent, or a place where I think my kids might run into this ant bed, I just go ahead and kill them. I go ahead and put some poison down and just get rid of those motherfuckers. But if I don't do that, let's say it's in a place where, you know, it ain't gonna bother my kids, I don't waste time, I just run over them and keep it moving. Then I come back that next week and they're that same fucking ant bed. And we're gonna go right back through it. I'm gonna run over their ass, they're gonna come out, they're gonna raise hell and move all around and shit. But then they're gonna rebuild that bed. And then they're gonna be comfortable within the ant bed, do whatever the fuck they do. Until the next week when I run over their ass again. And so I got to thinking, I said, damn, that's us. That's black people in this country. That's black people in America. That we are in the midst of this shit, we're in the midst of this country. As one guy, this guy got a show on MSNBC. I think his name is Chris Hayes. He wrote a book, I want to read that book too. He wrote a book called, if I'm not mistaken, the name of the book is A Colony Within the Country. And I think the premise of the book is basically that black people have been colonized within this country that we helped build. You feel me? And that's what that's what those ants are. That's my yard. I paid for that motherfucking house. You know what I'm saying? I own this shit, but that's their little home in the midst of my home. And just like I don't value those ants, I don't see their existence as worthy, or I don't even see them as anything. They're just nothing. I run over them and don't think twice. That's how white supremacists have viewed black people in this country since 1619. That black people are not worthy of rights. You look back to the 3/5 compromise. You look back to the Dred Scott decision. You look back to Reconstruction. And when they start putting in all the Jim Crow laws. You look at now. You look at now where black folks got a movement going on where we simply saying that black lives matter. Trying to convince these motherfuckers that we matter. Why? Because we know that these motherfuckers don't think we matter. And so I got to thinking like, damn. Every time this shit happens, we raise hell. Some of us hit the streets. Some of us even burn shit up. We march, we protest, we boycott. Give speeches. But then time passes. And we just rebuild our lives and wait on the next time for them to fuck some shit up in our lives. We don't move. Like those ants, we would fight back if we could. See, motherfuckers be thinking like black folks the hardest motherfuckers walking around this bitch. And ain't no way they can bring slavery back. We ain't going no more. Bang. Black people make up 13% of this motherfucking country. That means for every 100 people in this country, for every 100 Americans, it's only 13 black people. So you better stop thinking that shit. If these motherfuckers really wanted to try to re-enslave us, that shit could happen. That shit could happen. We are vastly outnumbered. And oh, black folk, we got guns. Those motherfuckers, these white supremacists, the ones with the motherfucking guns. They the ones with the fucking military. They the ones with the motherfucking nukes. I'm trying to go get ammunition from Academy Sports. Motherfucker sold out. Brother in there tell me, shit, folks lined up outside to strap up. Try to order shit online, they sold out. And deep down, we know this shit. Deep down, black folk know, goddamn, we went to straight up war with these motherfuckers that winning is not feasible. Just like those ants trying to bite me, that shit ain't feasible. And like I said, we don't move. And I understand, where the fuck would you go? We helped build this motherfucker. We were born here. Our ancestors were born here. Most of our ancestors were here longer than these motherfuckers that's rising up to prominence in this country. So when we say, motherfuckers say leave, you're like, where the fuck I'm gonna go? This is my shit. So I'm like, damn, is there anything we can do, or are we just gonna be like those ants in my fucking yard? Where I just continuously run over them motherfuckers and they raise their little hell, and then I come back next week and do it again. Is that our life? Is that our existence? And I was getting fucking, I was enraged, and then I got sad, and I was like, damn, are we hopeless? But then I thought about it. Unlike those ants, who really only have the violence at their disposal by biting me or moving the fuck out of my yard. That's all they can do. What they can't do, which we can do, is withhold our dollar. What they can't do is withhold their labor. We can do those things. We need to do those things, bro. I'm sick of this shit. I'm seeing this bullshit starting to creep back on the timeline. I'm seeing less of Black Lives Matter, and I'm seeing more and more of fuck shit matters on my motherfucking timeline, bro. And I know motherfuckers will say, well, CNN and MSNBC and damn show Fox News and these other news organization, the mainstream news ain't showing a real movement. But I'm telling you what I'm seeing on my timeline. Fuck what they talking about. And I'm telling you, I'm seeing these rappers come back showing the motherfucking grill they done bought, showing the new diamond watch and ring they done bought. We got the shit with Jada and August Alsina, and we got Kanye saying fuck shit again. Like we seeing all this dumb shit back on the timeline, and I'm seeing less of the war, and that shit scaring the fuck out of me. That's making me think, damn, bro, we done lost. Damn, bro, we done raised as hell, and now we finna go right back. We gonna rebuild this ant bed and just be calm. And be comfortable. When we ain't got shit to be comfortable about. We ain't got shit to be comfortable about. I was reading an article last night. I'm gonna read y'all some of this shit. This shit come out of the Washington Post. One of the most well-regarded newspapers in the country. It said in 1968, a typical middle-class black household had $6,674 in wealth, compared to $70,786 for the typical middle-class white household. Now that was in 1968. So this is after the Civil Rights Act of 1964, Voting Rights Act of 1965, and the Fair Housing Act. All right. But of course, it's gonna take time for those laws to be implemented and to see the effects of them, right? Let's look at today. And this is coming from 2016, where I guess this is the most recent data that they have available. So in 2016, you would expect to see some improvement, right? After all these laws been implemented, after we've had a black president and all this shit, right? Let's look at it. In 2016, the typical middle-class black household had $13,024 in wealth versus $149,703 for the median white household. An even larger gap in percentage. So what this article is basically saying is that the racial wealth gap has not decreased since the civil rights movement. That motherfucker done went up. We have nothing to be comfortable about. Furthermore, let's keep looking at this shit. Cause motherfuckers like to throw where black folks are less educated than white folks, and that's the reason why. Hold on. Another part of the article states, higher education has long been touted as a ticket to the middle class, but for black Americans, that has not been as true as one might hope. Peep this. The typical black household headed by someone with an advanced degree has less wealth than a white household with only a high school diploma. Think about that shit. A black person with a motherfucking master's typically has less wealth than a white person with a fucking high school diploma. And I'm saying we going back to being comfortable. That's the type of shit Donald John Trump was getting at when that motherfucker stood on that stage and said, black folks, y'all might as well vote for me, because what the hell do you have to lose? Because he know that shit. He basically was saying, you ain't shit, so you might as well fuck with me. I'm trying to tell y'all, please, let's keep fighting. Please, let's keep fighting. Don't fall back into this bullshit thinking, well, that happened to George Floyd, that happened to Breonna Taylor. As long as I'm good, as long as my job is straight, as long as my kids are straight. Fuck that shit. We have to do this shit collectively. And if we ain't gonna go to war behind this shit, which is unfeasible, you know what I'm saying? Unless we gonna get some foreign allies and all that kind of shit, and that battle ain't finna happen. So if we ain't finna go to war in this motherfucker, and if we ain't finna leave this motherfucker, we got to keep fighting in terms of withholding our labor. When these motherfuckers on this racist bullshit, this white supremacist bullshit, and we gotta withhold our dollars. And that goes from the top down. So that goes you motherfucking basketball players, you football players, you motherfucking rappers, you actors, you actresses. Y'all motherfuckers the one with the bag. I was looking at another article last night. We got 6 black billionaires in this country. 6. Out of all, go look up the fucking Forbes list these rappers be talking about all the time. If you look up the Forbes list, you ain't gonna see Hove and Kanye on that bit. The real Forbes list. Cause they gonna be way down. They billionaires true enough. But there's motherfuckers you ain't never heard about on that goddamn list that make their money look like a baby. You understand? We got 6 black billionaires. And out of that 6, 4 of them come from sports and entertainment. My point is this. You see what we've been allowed to dominate. You see what industries we've been allowed to flourish in. You see what industries we've been allowed to accumulate some wealth in. It's really sports and entertainment what we've been able to dominate. So we need them motherfuckers, man, to be leading the charge. We got the folks out here in these streets. These young kids willing to go to prison. They were burning up shit. They were going ham because they want to be free. But then they see the motherfucker, the upper middle class black folks. They see the rich black folks in their country laying back scared and shit. Or they make their little tweets and make their little motherfucking posts, and then they go on about their business getting the money with the white supremacists. Cause that's who you getting the money with. You getting the money with the white supremacists. You getting the money with the motherfucking white supremacists. You right there in the room with the motherfuckers that got there and running this system. You wealthy black people. You in the room with the motherfuckers that help build this system. That shits on everybody. Withhold your label. Withhold your label. Put some pressure on them motherfuckers, man. Cause if y'all give up and we just shit, the people on the streets gonna feel like, God damn, bro, I'm out here taking these penitentiary channels, getting locked up, and who gonna get me out? I just showed you we ain't got no wealth. So who gonna bail these folks out? This shit heartbreaking, man. Cause I felt like, damn, we finna get free. Cause obviously the civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s didn't really make us free. And I'm not shitting on those people. I revere those people. I revere Dr. King and Malcolm X and Rosa Parks and James Meredith and the countless people. God rest. No, fuck that. Long live John Lewis. I revere all those people. But what I'm saying is this. The civil rights movement of the 1950s and 60s, it seemed like the goal that it accomplished was that it gave black people the freedom to spend our money wherever we want to spend it. So if we want to give our tuition to a white institution, we can do that. If we want to spend our money and move into a white neighborhood, we can do that. If we want to spend our money at a white restaurant, we can do that. Or if we want to go into this clothing store and be treated fairly and spend our dollars, then we can do that. But what it didn't accomplish is we were able to get money. To get these motherfuckers metaphorically off our necks in terms of trying to get money. To accumulate wealth. Dr. King knew that, and when he started really talking about that shit, that's when they went ahead and killed him. Economic justice. This is capitalism. Money run this bitch. Right or wrong, money run this motherfucker. And we have not been able to accumulate wealth in this bitch. If you don't believe me, again, I tell you, watch The Racial Wealth Gap on Netflix. It's about 15 minutes long. It details how fucked up this shit is. It tells you why we cannot be like those ants that I talked about previously. We cannot just fucking raise hell for a month and a half, or whatever we just did, and goddamn just rebuild our little colony and go back to goddamn being comfortable until these motherfuckers come through and run over us again. Cause it's gonna happen. And shit, it never stopped happening. Since George Floyd got killed, you still see they still killing folks. They lynching motherfuckers. They got them, the video came out with them killing that little boy where they put him in a chokehold and then injected him with that shit. And then the officer finally get fired, not for murdering the young man, but for making fun of murdering him. Breonna Taylor's killers still out here bopping around and shit. George Floyd killers out here talking about the charges be dropped. Trump bitch ass sending secret police to Portland. These motherfuckers ain't never stopped running over us. It's like they running over us on a fucking daily basis. And I'm scared that we getting comfortable and just saying, hey, these white folk gonna do what they wanna do. As long as I'm straight. It can't be that way. We gotta keep fighting. We gotta keep fighting. For ourselves, but more importantly for our children. Don't pass this fight to your child. It's your job to fight for your motherfucking child. Your child ain't asked to be in this world. You ain't asked to be in this bitch either. True enough. But your child is innocent. You're strong. You're knowledgeable. You do it. Take that shit upon yourself. Please, I beg of you, y'all. Let's keep fighting. With our dollars and with our labor, we can still win. Because we need legislation around this motherfucker with some teeth in it. And that shit must be enforced. And if we don't get that, we're withholding our dollar, we're withholding our labor. I love y'all. One.